What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3 Real Motion Angling. I'm Khalil G. Today I got something very exciting to talk about. I got something very cool here in the mail. It's going to help with my bait making and make sure that they come out very nice and crystal clear. So I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. Let's get this thing open. I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you. All right, as you can see, got something nice right here. Let me get it opened up so we can all take a peek at what's going on in this box. As you can see, I have not opened it yet. So we're either going to be very satisfied or very disappointed, depending on how this stuff looks once we get it open. Yeah, y'all see that? I got my first DeGasser chamber. Bought it off of eBay. A lot of people don't know where to get them, and I'm thinking, you know, I've seen the prices on these things. Mind you, the pump by itself, just the vacuum pump by itself, can run you anywhere from $60 up to $200. And then to get all the pieces and all that stuff, and to get this glass tube and the rubber and all that stuff like that, just all these individual parts, another $50-something there, you're already at like $110 just between a pump and trying to build that acrylic piece with the rubber on it. So, and you know, it's not to mention valves and, you know, various other things. So I got this entire kit. This entire kit was less than $100. I mean, it was like $101 with taxes and stuff like that. It was free shipping, but $100, everything. So I'm going to test it, hope it does well, because, you know, it can really help change the way these baits are looking. So let's get to it. That's actually all the weight of the box right there. I wasn't expecting that to be that heavy. But yeah, this is the vacuum pump, high efficiency, perfect appearance, easy to carry. So that must mean it has no other major features, because its only features it looks good and it's easy to carry. High efficiency and it looks good. Yeah, that's pretty much all it says. We'll get that out of the box in a second. Then of course, there is the actual cooking pot bucket, solid metal there. You know, I always see these when people are talking about their stuff. I really don't know what this is. No idea what to do with that. And I don't really see any instructions. Of course, the valve is here. It's oil filled. Let's get that open. G's knife is just bubble. Oh yeah. Got a nice exhaust valve here on this side to let air back in, and two to pull the air out. I'm guessing there's a hole already in the glass. Oh, they're really asking me to do a lot. Okay. Piece of styrofoam, you know, you get those with every package. And then of course there's the hose. It already has the clamps on it already for you. It's got the end that goes onto the valve, and the end that you clamp onto the pump, I'm assuming. Or this part probably goes to the pump and this goes to the valve. However that works out. There are nuts and washers and O-rings, which I'm assuming all go for the pump here, the vacuum valve. There's an extra valve in case this other valve goes bad. That's pretty nice. And then to the main feature, which is my very dusty on-the-shelf tube. Now, mind you, I bought some glass to try to do this, and it is nowhere near this thick. I had no idea that this stuff was going to be this thick. This is like half an inch thick. Yeah, this is like half an inch thick. This is mighty. It's dusty. I need to clean it, but it's mighty. So this has got some girth and some weight to it. I like that. So now that you've seen all the pieces, let's get it put together. Let's get it put together, right? Where do we start? First, I'm gonna put these kind of to the side, these pieces, because these are little pieces and I don't want to lose them. Go ahead and get started with the vacuum pump. Let's go ahead and get this open. This should be very simple. Should just be a pump, possibly some oil to add. Instruction manual. Okay, fairly simple. Sight glass, oil fill, inlet port handle, switch, fan cover, motor base, oil drain plug. I'll look at this a little bit more thorough in a second. Okay. Now that's got oil all over the bag. There's oil everywhere, which means there can't be any oil in the pump. There's oil all over the bag. There's oil all over this thing. Is that corrosion or broken? What is that? What is on the front of this thing? What is this? Whatever it was, I just cracked it off. All right, between max and min, that sucker is so far down, it's ridiculous. So they basically sold me one of these, put it in the bag, and it leaked all over everything. I'll be surprised if that actually works, because the oil goes in there, oil goes in there, the oil drain plug is down there, but somehow there's oil everywhere. Like, I don't even know if you could see it in the light, but all of this is covered in oil. All of it is covered in oil. Like, it was in the box, sideways, sealed up. Why would you put oil in it before you shipped it? That's a real intelligent question to ask yourself, because it's going to get flipped, rolled, kicked, bumped around. I flipped this thing over like 1,700 times just moving it around my house before I came out here and shot this video. So what I don't understand is, why would you think that's a good idea? I feel like I want to put the cord and stuff on the thing, but then I'm really gonna have to wipe the table down just to use the table again, because there's oil all over the place. So I'm at a loss for words right now. They're gonna get a very terrible review for that. Please, if you think this is a good idea, comment something down below. Tell me if this is something you think would have been a good idea to do. You know, I know common sense is not that common and people just want to get it out of there and ship it off. But if you put oil in it, you could have just shipped me the oil and let me put oil in it. Because now I have to figure out where to get oil and how to put oil in this thing and clean it up and make sure there's no oil, you know, that's going to destruct anything or keep it from working. I doubt it's actually going to keep it from working. These things are pretty durable normally. But, you know, to spend your money on something, you kind of want it to come in looking like something I can use, not something I need to fix, clean up, wipe all the, I mean, I got oil on the plug. There's oil everywhere, like literally everywhere, except for inside of it. The box is covered in oil. There's oil at the bottom in the styrofoam. There's oil everywhere. Good thing we had this bag. I wonder if I can like squeeze the bag together and like siphon the oil back out of the bag and back into the pump. Oh, this is fun. We just started, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. We literally just started. We haven't done nothing, and we have to clean the pump. The very first thing we opened, we got a problem with. I mean, so much oil that you can see how much oil is all over this thing. The stickers, nothing's holding. Nothing's where it's supposed to be. Now, mind you, for the price, you get what you pay for. Number one rule in life is you get what you, not the number one rule. Please don't go crazy on me. Not the number one rule, but a very valuable rule in life is you definitely get what you pay for. Okay. All right, I'm more satisfied now. It looks nice. And you remember the packaging? What did the packaging say? Perfect appearance. Mind you, this and that don't look the same. Different handle. The appearance is not perfect. I got many defects. This here, no oil in it when it was sent to me. The cap is loose. There's some sort of black cruddy stuff embedded in the paint there and around the oil. There's a oil ring running down the side of here that's just tore the paint up and somebody painted over it. But other than that though, it's nice. Just gonna see if it works now, because now I'm a little worried. All right, well, to tell you the truth, it's not as loud as I thought it was going to be. So, all right, we got the pump. I'll read about these oil compartments in a second. All right, let's get to the fun part. Now that we're done with that, let's see what else we got. Of course, that came dusty and dirty, but I made no real complaints about that. Again, somebody please tell me what this is, because it just looks like a caution sticker to me, but I'm unsure. What do I know? Does it go on the bottom? Nope. So it just looks like some sort of caution sticker. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is or what it would be used for. So, big, empty, hollow pot. Looks like stainless steel. It's very solid. So I'm pretty sure it won't flex under the pressure. We've all seen buckets. Why would you stop recording? All right, so I just believe that one of these little rubbery pieces here probably needs to go on the bottom, because let's be real, you need something that's going to apply a seal, and that's what this rubber piece is going to be. It's going to be a seal. The only thing I don't understand is where these little microscopic rubber ones go. They must go on here, some sort of extra seal. All right, that's wide open, that's closed. All right, that way it's closed. So, from what I can tell, because there are 0 instructions in the container, I'm going to assume this is going to go the way I have it, which is thread it through the hole there, washer on top of there, and then we'll put another rubber piece on the bottom for the double seal. All right, we'll put the other piece here on the bottom. Yeah, see that? Yeah. So we got a rubber on one side, rubber on the other side with the metal. Then you put the metal washer on this side. So now when you apply the nut here, the nut has something to grab onto. All right, so it's a 16 millimeter to ratchet this thing together. Which is weird because I don't know, it rotates fairly easily with, and I gave it all I had. I gave it all I had. Put it all together. Hope for the best, because at this point, if none of this works out, yeah, even the hose is written in Chinese or Mandarin. I should not call it Chinese. It sounds very racist. Everything. Yeah, I don't know. They may or may not hold. Oh, that's on there. Okay. Had to do it that way. Which is probably a mistake because I'm looking at this part now and I'm thinking that looks like it has to be rotated on there. And yeah. I've already tightened the top one down. So we're going to do the magical dance. Now we do the magic dance. Da 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 da. We just turn it, turn it, turn it. And it turns itself. So now that I've got all this done, I have to, of course, tighten this screw so that way it doesn't go anywhere. And I think this is the perfect size it should be. Okay. All my tools are crap right now. Got me out here looking bad on camera. I have everything plugged up that I could see that I needed to use, except for those O-rings that I don't know what they would go to because everything came together. So I'm assuming they already put those pieces together. They must be extras. Why would they be in the bag? I don't know. I really don't know. So here is the pot. We're going to put the pot and the top on the floor. We're going to plug this thing in like we did before. And now, all right, got it set up now. We need to see if this thing gets all the way down to -30 and holds. If it does not, we have an issue. I had to relieve that pressure because I just realized I was not centered on this bucket, and that, number one, would cause a problem, I'm pretty sure. So It looked like it was making good headway. Let's see if it'll do it again now that I've got this thing situated on here properly. It's not losing air. It's just not sucking it all out of there. I wonder if it takes a while. Everything worked really fine until they got up to about -20. And then it just froze. I feel like there's air seeping somewhere. Alright. There is something wrong. Alright, as you can see, I figured it out. Let's see if she can get all the way down to -30. It's giving her hell. She's giving her hell. Okay. Here's what I've learned. That might actually, I mean, that's a lot better than where I was at before. So we're stuck right now, and I really think that the reason that it's not working the way I wanted it to work is because I need some oil in this thing. I just used the last bit of oil I had. I used some air conditioning oil that's designed for, you know, pressure and that kind of stuff, because I don't have the registered oil that's supposed to come with, because of course it all spilled out in the bag. So I got everything I need here. I went and picked up, I've had this for a while. This is synthetic oil, designed for your air conditioning. It's the same color as the clear oil. And when I went and sat and read the instruction manual again, and I took the troubleshooting, it was like, number one, it's like, if this guy doesn't have enough oil, it ain't gonna do it. If it doesn't have enough oil, it ain't gonna do it. Put more oil in it. So then I found this oil because I knew I had at least one or two of them, and I used one of them. It wasn't a full bottle, but it barely moved that line. Like, it did put some fluid in it, but it barely, I mean barely. It's no leaks in the lines because I've had the pump turned off and I'm still sitting at the same spot just above -30, which just makes me believe that how I got to -30 is when I added that oil. It went past that line so fast when I put the oil in, it just was like shh. But then, as you can see, it won't make exactly -30, and I really do think that's because it doesn't have enough oil in it, which is the manufacturer's company's fault that shipped it to me, because they shipped it to me and knocked all the oil out of it. Now I got to go buy oil or find oil from somewhere. So I may or may not be able to finish this video because I can't get it to fully work, which means I can't test it properly. So let's see if I can find some oil, and I'll get right back with you. All right, well, I'm going to start by saying that a lot of things happened from the last time you saw me recording to where we are right now. And normally that wouldn't be a problem, except for I had to go get some oil for this machine, as you saw. So now it's been a few days since the last time I was recording, and it's back daytime. It's actually the weekend now. I have more time to get in here and finish this video. So I'm going to get in here and finish this video for you. And I have all the pieces I made. Not all the pieces I made. I have all the pieces together now. I have bought the oil. I put it all in there. I actually tested it last night to make sure that it was going to actually work. And the truth is, it still did the same thing. It's still like 2 or 3 psi away from -30. So I'm assuming that maybe it just doesn't go all the way to -30 with this very specific one. It is kind of cheap, so I'm gonna run it anyway. I'm gonna use it, see how it does, see what it takes me, see what it does for me, and I'm just gonna crunch out some baits and see if it makes a difference. So that's what's gonna happen right now. Stay tuned, we'll get some baits done, and we'll catch you in a second. All right, we're back, we're at the table. It's a beautiful day outside, so the garage door is open and we're going to use this natural light to get the best shots we can. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate, since I've got the actual compressor DeGasser together, I'm going to mix up a cup of plastisol, show you how bubbly it is naturally after you heat it up, and then we're going to show you what happens once we put it in the DeGasser and see if it's actually working like it's supposed to. So what I'm using is Baitcasts ultra clear, low odor, medium plastisol. It's PM242 Baitcasts. For those who shop for plastisol. Sorry, kind of got stuck in the thought there. Okay, so plain cup of plastisol, no problem. Nice and milky, like it's supposed to be when it comes out of the container. Now I am going to actually use this plastisol for something else, so I'm going to add some additives to it. Stir up the plastisol, as we always do. Never anything different in there. Always give it a nice mixing, especially if you're adding anything. You make sure you get your mix right. Always remember, guys, safety first. I've definitely burned my hand and it is still in the process of healing, and it was weeks ago. All right, let's take a look at that. This is going to be perfect for what I'm trying to show you. Look at the amount of bubbles in this thing. Full of bubbles. So we're going to stick it in and see what it does. All right, first ever plastisol DeGasser chamber. I don't know, you can't really see the bubbles like that anymore, but they're in there. So we're going to power up and see what we get to. Ooh, there's a lot of bubbles rushing to the surface. I don't think it's supposed to do all of that. That was a violent eruption. There was plastic everywhere. Why is it doing that? Is there that much air in there? What happened in there? I didn't know that there was a limit, because this stuff, that's schmolten hot plastic. I mean, schmolten hot. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this point, because it's not like there's water all over the place. I think that's all my plastic. I don't think that's water at all. Then again, it might be. I mean, but boy, if that stuff ain't crystal clear though, it just, that, don't think that's how that was supposed to play out. You know, I probably could have watched a YouTube video and saw that there's like some sort of time limit in which to stop this thing before it starts doing that, but what fun would that be if we didn't just figure it out right here, right now, right in front of you guys. All right, very quickly here, I did re-clean out my chamber. I have put the liquid in the microwave to reheat, and we're going to see what that looks like in a second. All right, we're back. As you can see, this is reheated. After all of that bubbling massive massacre inside that container, so much water was shot out all over the place. It overfilled. I didn't do one crucial step, which was kind of shake it and stir it a little bit while it was in there degassing, which is why it overflowed. It was just too much. I didn't help it at all. But as you can see, it pretty much pulled all those little bubbles out of there. Most of the bubbles you're seeing on the top here are going to dissipate on their own. And I can keep reheating this plastic over and over and over again and keep doing the same thing, and it's always going to be clear. So to me, that's a success. Success. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's DeGasser video, setup video. I had a good time. I was a little nerve-wracking, of course, a little frustrating in the beginning because, you know, it's just how it is sometimes with things coming and not exactly set up the way you wanted them to be, or they're damaged in the transportation. So I'm okay and I'm good and everything turned out okay, and that's how I really like it. So thanks for spending your time. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out.